Happening now, family, friends, and fellow first responders are saying their final goodbyes to a longtime Village of Lakewood firefighter. And a look at fundraising efforts to help a 3-month-old diagnosed with a very rare genetic disease. Plus, the legacy of a late Jamestown City Councilwoman being remembered this weekend.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Family of a 3-month-old diagnosed with a very rare genetic disease are treasuring precious moments with their daughter after she was given 12 to 24 months to live. Our Alyssa Wright joins us live from the newsroom today with more on her story. Alyssa?
Justin, after suffering her first seizure earlier this year, baby Scarlett Bush was diagnosed with Zellweger syndrome, known as ZS, a genetic disorder found in newborns that severely impacts her nerves and metabolism. For her parents, Erica Webster and Dane Bush, their initial reaction to the diagnosis was shock.
My mom is like educational, special education. She can help us and we can have therapy, we can anything, like whatever it takes to get her through this. Well, then the next day they tell us that we don't even get to keep her. And it was just devastating. It really was. Like, at first I couldn't even, I just stared at the wall. I couldn't even believe what they were telling me.
The disease itself is very rare, and because of this, there's little known about it. The condition causes poor muscle tone, seizures, and a shortened life expectancy, among other disorders.
Scarlett has a very rare genetic condition. It's the genetic condition pinpointed that she has is D bifunctional protein deficiency. And she also has, because of the Zellweger and the mutations, she has polymicrogyria, or PMG, and that's where the folds in her brain, they developed too small and too many of them.
While the family is making every second together count with baby Scarlett, known to her loved ones as Letty, the community is also stepping up to help.
The support from people who have no clue what's going on just blows my whole mind. I'll never be able to say thank you enough for just the outpouring of love for her. That's all I want. When we've learned of her diagnosis, that we weren't going to be able to keep her. I just wanted everybody to know her and love her and eventually just remember that she was here.
So far, a GoFundMe to help cover medical expenses for the baby has raised nearly $7,000.
It's surreal. It really is. I'm like...
Yeah, there's been a lot of generosity and people that have reached out and helped people we don't even know.
It's amazing. It really is amazing.
Yeah.
Saturday at the Falconer Rod and Gun, a benefit to support her family will also take place, featuring live music, various performances, a kids zone, and food and drink. To learn more about the charitable event, check out the Love for Letty Facebook page. We do have a link to that at our website, WNYNewsNow.com. Live in the newsroom today, Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
Alyssa, thank you. Such a tough story to tell, but important nevertheless. A 40-year-old man is accused of attempting to burn down a residence in the town of Ellery. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office responded to the location for a 911 hang-up around 11:30 last night. Following an investigation, it was alleged that Dan Litchin was attempted to burn down the residence there while people were inside. Litchin was arrested and transported to the Chautauqua County Jail for arraignment. He's since been charged with second-degree attempted arson and second-degree reckless endangerment. And police in Dunkirk are warning about the dangers of a toy gun misuse following the arrest of a 17-year-old who allegedly shot up a vehicle causing damage. On Wednesday, Dunkirk police say they responded to a teen who allegedly shot up a vehicle multiple times using a splatterball Orbeez toy gun, causing damage to the rear window. The toy shoots water gel pellets, which are propelled by a spring-loaded air pump mechanism. That juvenile has since been charged under family court. While no injuries were reported here, police are warning about the dangers of non-lethal guns. Although the toy gun is not illegal, the Dunkirk Police Department is reminding residents and parents alike to use these toy guns in a safe manner, and be sure to watch your kids who might have these toys. Police say the projectiles can cause significant damage to property and could potentially cause serious injury if used the wrong way. Family, friends, and fellow first responders are saying their final goodbyes to a longtime Village of Lakewood firefighter today. Our Bronson Rasmussen reports from the town of Bustye, where he will be laid to rest.
Crews from all around the county turned out to honor Edwin N. Nelson Jr. for his 74 years of service to the local community with one final ride. A veteran of the U.S. Navy, Nelson served as First Assistant Chief, President of the Fire Company, and Captain of the Fire Police, responding to over 13,000 calls in his tenure.
Well, we had a member, Edwin Nelson Jr., who was a 74-year member of this department, passed away earlier this week, and we're here for the funeral and try to show honor and respect to him.
Now, Nelson's going to be taken to his final resting place via motorcade, but first they're going to make plenty of stops at his favorite locations.
We're going to have a procession from here at the funeral to eventually to the cemetery, but we're going to make a lot of stops and go by a lot of places that were important to Ed during his life. Our old fire station, our new fire station, our clubhouse and training grounds, his home, and so we'll be circulating through the village and parts of the town of Bustye.
While death may be hard to handle for some, Lakewood Fire Chief Kurt Hallberg says reflection can help cope with this loss.
Well, the best thing to do is reflect on what Ed did during his life. He was always there to help anybody, his family especially, and the community and fire department. And I guess we have to look forward to what we have in store for the future.
Nelson passed away on Monday at the age of 93. Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
Bronson, thank you. Well, Allegheny State Park, they're celebrating their 101st anniversary tomorrow. Celebrations will take place at Quaker Beach from 5 to 9. Several activities will be on hand, including family kickball, cupcakes for the first 101 attendees, history stories about that camp, kids' crafts, and an Ask the Naturalist table. To cap the night, music by the Marshmallow Overcoat will take place from 7 to 9:30. In addition to the two beaches park-wide, that park features many hiking trails, recreational activities like picnicking areas, baseball fields, basketball, volleyball, and tennis courts. There are also dozens of campsites offering cabin rentals as well. Well, certainly a lot of people probably looking for a good weekend for that. Let's talk about the weather now. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us live with a beautiful pic over Warren County there in Pennsylvania. Hopefully the sunshine will stick around for the big 101 birthday celebration.
Cupcakes? I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
101.
No, just kidding. This is the sky cam from the Warren City Bank, and you can see those clouds starting to fill on in, but most of the area will be high and dry. And yes, the weekend is looking fantastic. There's a tease for you. First Defense Doppler radar with the satellite imagery. Absolutely nothing showing up, so it is going to be a fantastic day. A great day to get out and do any sporting activities or anything you want to do today. Fantastic for that. The humidity is much lower today as well. 78 was the high yesterday. Started the day at 59, 93, and 42 are the records. So through the afternoon, partly cloudy, becomes mostly sunny through the afternoon. Not as much stick in the air, so it'll feel nice. 74 to 80 with a west to northwest wind. Now we'll talk about a tornado that occurred in western New York last night or yesterday morning, plus that complete weekend outlook with an Ultimate Satellite Solutions 7-day forecast later in the show, Justin.
Alrighty, we'll see you then, Dakota. Thank you. As we continue the latest in the criminal case lodged against a man accused of attacking a candidate for New York governor. And later, lottery fever, it's on the mind of many. A look at those in our region and what they would do if they won big this weekend. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
Brought to you by the Chautauqua Safety Village and the Jamestown Fire Department.
When severe weather breaks, one team has you covered, tracking the storms as they happen. Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
What is going on, my New York friends? My understanding is that you're in school for a little bit longer than most people, but I got some good news for you. Where are you going to be on September 10th? In Jamestown, New York, with me at the Reglena Theater, and you can get your tickets at reglena.com, REGLENNA.com. Make sure that you grab those now. It's going to be so much fun. Jamestown, New York, September 10th. Come and have fun with me.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The man accused of trying to stab a New York candidate for governor appeared in federal court Thursday. Take a look at what happened. 43-year-old David Jabanins is climbed on the stage and approached Lee Zeldin during a campaign event in Fairport last week. He was holding a keychain with 2 sharp points when he allegedly tried to use that as a weapon before he was taken down. Jabanins bonded out of jail for the state charges, but on Saturday he was arrested again, this time on federal charges of assaulting a member of Congress with a dangerous weapon. That's according to the Department of Justice's spokesperson. At Thursday's bond hearing, the judge in the case ordered him to be held. The judge wants to review videos of Jabanins' interview with law enforcement after his arrest, as well as video of the actual incident. And finance officials are warning business owners of a new scam involving accounting records. Officials say fraudsters are impersonating the department by sending phony letters with their name and logo. The fraudulent letters attempt to trick business owners to turn over accounting records by implying they're under investigation for a, quote, alleged violation of delinquent sales tax liability. The consequences of a new scam can be dire. If fraudsters gain access to accounting records, they could use the numbers and financial data to apply for things like loans, make unauthorized transactions, and fraudulent tax refunds. Well, comedian and activist Jon Stewart did not mince words when he blasted Senate Republicans yesterday. He called them cowards when speaking about a GOP block of Senate legislation that would provide health care to veterans impacted by burn pits. Those are pits used by the military overseas to burn toxic waste, many times producing toxic fumes, which led to health ailments like cancer when service members inhaled them. Stewart called the bill's defeat a gut punch to veterans who traveled to Capitol Hill in anticipation of a celebratory day if that measure were to pass. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is one of the lawmakers Stewart called out by name.
So ain't this a yeah. Ain't this a America's heroes who fought in our wars outside sweating their off with oxygen, battling all kinds of ailments, while these sit in the air conditioning, walled off from any of it.
The senator's office responded to Stewart's comments, saying he supports the substance of the bill. The reason given for him voting against it was that Democrats blocked an amendment aimed at reducing costs. Well, there's under 24 hours before the next Mega Millions lottery drawing, and it will be a big one. The jackpot more than $1 billion. While that decreases odds, people, they're still buying tickets. Erie News Now's Keelan Berrien spent the day talking to lottery players and tells us what they had to say about their number picking strategies.
The Mega Millions jackpot is going for $1.02 billion now.
$1 billion?
This is no laughing matter. This is serious for some people as they buy multiple tickets. But let's face the truth. If you play to win, the odds of becoming an actual billionaire is greater than winning the $1 billion jackpot.
If it doesn't happen in one shot, then it's not going to happen.
But if you do become a part of the lucky few, what strategies do you use while choosing numbers?
I'd pick 6 for the amount of family members I have, and then I'd pick my hockey numbers and my old hockey numbers.
I used to have a strategy of putting all my family birthdays and house numbers and stuff, but that didn't work.
Not family don't have any luck.
No. At this point, over 40 years, no.
In fact, there are certain numbers to stay away from. According to US Mega, these are numbers that are drawn the most. And these numbers are uncommon. But if you're lucky, what are you going to buy?
Probably buy a jet and fly around the world.
Probably donate a pretty good large sum to my church.
You know, it's nice and all that you guys want to give some of your earnings back to the community and paying it forward, but I'm going to be selfish myself. If I win, this is the first thing I'm going to buy. And with the odds so high, some are looking for divine intervention.
Look at the things I see every day, like certain numbers that stick out to me. Like if I see a 17 everywhere, I'm like, 17, like, why I keep seeing that number? Like maybe 56, something like that.
Keelan Berrien, WNY News Now.
All right, Keelan, thank you very much. Certainly revealing a little bit about how you'd spend the money. I'd have to agree. Good luck to everybody, by the way, who might be playing tonight. Of course, play responsibly. A new exhibit named Art That Matters to the Planet officially opens today at the Roger Tory Peterson Institute in Jamestown. In a combined effort of 15 complementary natural artists from around the world, the many exhibitions focus on the nature theme. The exhibit will feature many different forms of art, including photography, painting, sculpture, artist books, and embroideries, as well as other curated content. According to Maria Ferguson, there's something for everybody.
It really shows the way that artists are inspired by nature, and kind of in the same vein that Roger Tory Peterson lived his life as an artist and an activist, these artists do the same, and that they want to share with us their passion for nature in hopes that we will learn to better appreciate it, and so that we will want to conserve it for generations to come.
Now that exhibit, it will be unveiled in an opening tonight from 6 to 9, showcasing some of the artists responsible for the exhibit and why they created their pieces. Coming up, the legacy of a late Jamestown City Councilwoman being remembered this weekend. This as her children continue her spirit by giving back to the community. But first, a full look at our weather forecast. Stay right there. WNY News Now returns after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and every day. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. Wanted to start off with that tornado that occurred in Wyoming County yesterday. The National Weather Service did a storm survey on it yesterday, and they have confirmed it is an EF2 tornado, which means it had maximum winds of around 115 miles per hour. The path width was about 500 miles, and it was on the ground for 500 yards, and it had a path length of 10 miles, which means it was on the ground for 10 miles, and it was on the ground for 15 minutes. So this was a very interesting storm. As a matter of fact, we do have what we believe to be a visual of the storm. This was taken in North Java, and this was likely the tornado as it was crossing into as it was crossing from North Java into the community of Java. We believe this might be it. And so this was a very interesting storm. And I just wanted to talk about tornado ratings very quickly because we use what's called the Enhanced Fujita Scale. The scale was developed by, of course, the great Dr. Ted Fujita. He developed the original F scale. And so EF0 to EF1s are weak, EF2 to EF3s are strong, and EF4 and EF5s are violent. But I can tell you the EF4 and EF5s are less common. EF0s and EF1s are more common. So, hey, tonight, look up in the sky. The ISS will pass right overhead just before 10 o'clock tonight, moving northwest to east-northeast. It'll be visible for 5 minutes. It'll be low in the sky because it's passing right over us. So best viewing is likely going to be away from city lights. Hey, some good peaks of sunshine out there right now. It's breezy with a northwest wind of 13, the dew point at 53, so it is much more comfortable out there for this Friday. And we're going to stay comfortable all the way through the weekend. The humidity will come up in a big way by early next week. The satellite and radar composite, not much going on. We have a boundary that moved on through, low pressure to our south, but this boundary is keeping all of this at bay. So let's take you through Future Scam. Really nothing through today. The time is moving, but the weather really ain't changing. This is right around the time the ISS will pass over. Fantastic. I mean, mainly clear skies. The model does pop up an isolated shower across Warren County early tomorrow morning. I don't think that's going to happen, but tomorrow should be a great day with lots of sunshine, and we will keep it going into Sunday as well. The sun is really going to be out for both weekend days, and it will be comfortable with less humidity. So speaking of Saturday, we start at 55, 73 at noon, 78 at 5. With lots of sunshine. Now the next 7 days powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So 78 tomorrow, 82 Sunday, more humid on Monday, but we should stay dry. Scattered showers Tuesday. Look at that, Justin. We could be getting close to that 90-degree mark by next Thursday. Woof.
Boy, yeah, gonna have to make sure we take some good precautions there to stay cool, Dakota. Thank you. Well, in an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society as part of our Pet of the Week segment. Joining me today is Rachel to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. And he's so curious, Rachel, already, right? Just checking out everything. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, so this is Shadow. He's actually an 11-year-old male senior cat that's up for adoption at the Chautauqua County Humane Society. He has a couple of brothers, actually. Unfortunately, his owner got too old and she had to go into hospice and everything. So he and a bunch of his roommates, as we like to call them, are up for adoption there. He has a brother, Black Velvet, Blackie Boo, Sunny. They're all senior cats. Most of them are declawed already. Hi. Yes, they're very, very sweet cats, all very well loved, very well taken care of, socialized and everything. They're just kind of looking for their next forever home.
Absolutely. And just one quick note, if you can, Rachel, just turn your mic on. There should be a switch in the pack, wherever that is, Anya. But so Shadow being an older cat, I know, thank you, it's just right there on the top. Being an older cat, it's sometimes maybe harder to mesh with families who already have pets. How does he do with others? Is he okay?
Shadow, personally, he does great. Honestly, he's in our senior colony. He's one of the first cats to walk up to you and greet you. He doesn't seem to mind anybody else. You know, there's a few in the senior colony that get kind of persnickety and have their little attitude problems and everything. But Shadow, he's really great. He's got a wonderful disposition. He gets along with all the other cats really well. Black Velvet in particular, he just kind of hangs out and does his own thing, but he would do great with Shadow if you're looking to add 2 cats to the family. Sunny, he's another fluffy one. He's very friendly. They would all do very well with other animals. I'm not positive how they would do with dogs, admittedly, but I think they do
Exactly.
great with other cats, at
And
least.
as I know Brian has mentioned before, you got to have a dog savvy, a cat.
Cat
who
savvy
can
dog
really-
and a dog savvy cat.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly.
So
Yeah.
with that, I know one thing which I think your Shadow. He's such a beautiful guy too.
I know he is.
Beautiful
I know,
coat.
I like to call him Batman. He's
Yeah.
got like the little bat ears.
Yeah, really. So
I know, and he's so just attentive and
Right.
alert, and Black Velvet it looks a lot alike. We call him Chunk too because he's he's a bigger boy. Yes, he's a little on the hefty side, but yeah, they're all just very big old boys in need of a new forever home.
Really?
Oh,
So to learn more about our friend Shadow here or anybody else at the shelter, it's so easy. chqhumane.org. Thanks for coming in today, Rachel and Shadow. Coming up next, the legacy of a late Jamestown City Councilwoman will be remembered this weekend. This as her children continue to further her giving spirit. We'll hear from her daughter next.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Slow down, and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights,
Vests.
please give us some room.
slow down.
And move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger,
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down.
slow down.
And move over.
move over.
Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. A special event is happening this weekend to continue the legacy of a beloved late Jamestown City Councilwoman, Victoria James. Joining us today in studio is her daughter, known in the community as Kiki James. Thank you so much for coming in today to talk to us about this. First, I want to start, how is your family doing after all that happened last year?
We're doing good. We're still hanging in there. We have our times, but we're moving along. So yes, it's definitely good. And thank you for having me at such a short notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
And really, I love what you guys are doing with your mom's legacy, trying to continue that every day. She loved the community. She loved the kids, especially.
Most definitely.
And I hear that's what a lot of this weekend's going to include.
Yes. So we are going to be having vendors, basketball, some activities for the kids, silent auction to raise money, so we can continue her legacy as helping the community out at any needs that they have, schooling, clothes, or whatever. My mom never discriminated on who she helped, so we don't want to do that.
Absolutely. So that's going to be taking place at Jackson Taylor Park come this Sunday.
That's correct.
Evening, and this is on the anniversary of her birthday as well.
Yes. So we're going to make it annual. This is our second annual one. We did one last year, so we're going to always do it on her birthday. So yes, July 31st is her birthday, so we'll be celebrating her.
That's awesome. And I know a big aspect of this is to help raise money for the fund that you have put together.
Yes.
So far, how has the community been in trying to support that? And also, What's the future plans for that? I hear you got some big ones.
Yes, I definitely have some definitely big plans for it. But the community, Jade Rivera with Food, Sweets, Eats, and Treats, she's been amazing. She's the one who helped me, host it last year.
Yeah.
So we raised money, helped a couple people last year. So
That's
hopefully
awesome.
this year we can raise a little bit more so we can continue growing. I do have some great things going on. I just formed my nonprofit.
Yep.
And I got my 501c3 status. So it is called Royal Dreams. And it is basically, the mission is to build a community of leaders, what my mom, she lived for every day. So I definitely have some events that I have planned to raise money for. I've already named it the Vicki James Legacy Community Center.
That's awesome.
So
yeah.
So that I always said that's my ultimate goal, because that's what she worked every day for, the community, the kids. So I just want to give them a place to be able, a safe place to be able to come and just enjoy. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you need any help, any assistance, you'll be able to come in and get that help needed.
Exactly, and I know it takes a community to try to build an event like this. So again, Jackson Taylor Park, 2 to 9 on Sunday. So many activities, and I'm sure if folks are interested, come on down, talk to you.
Yes,
and
come on down.
Get involved.
Get involved. We're still looking for vendors, so if people want to vend, there's a $25 vendor fee, and we just ask that they donate a item for the silent auction.
That's awesome. All right.
Yes.
Well, Kiki, thanks so much. That's
Thank
it
you.
for us this week. News 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. Have a wonderful weekend.